You should be able to hear me now. Good morning. Merry Christmas. How's it going, guys? Hold on a second. I gotta close the door. There we go. All right. What's up, guys? People are talking about Medicare in the chat room, and the range of opinions goes between Medicare's freaking great to Medicare's lost the plot. It's probably both of those things, you know? So, give me a moment here, because I failed to advertise this. So let's do a quick at everyone. Christmas sip. Let me find the actual link to this video. I'll find that, and then I'll put it on the Discord, put it on Twitter, and we'll get going. Wait, what are you sorry about? Athetos Eternal? Yeah, I think I should be sorry about anything, dude. Let me in fact find the video so I can shill it a little bit, do a little bit of shilling, and then we'll get underway. Give me a moment, guys. I do want to ask. People say that there's been like a new YouTube purge happening right now. What's the story with that? Like, what's going on with the YouTube purge, guys? Hold on. Welcome to the Christmas sip. All right. There we go. I'll drop it in Sargon server as well. In the private chat room, Sargon just said he's a fat fuck and he had a bunch of food. Well, I guess that's what Christmas is for. Yeah, apparently YouTube did a new purge. Yeah. And I don't know, like, people keep saying like it's about crypto. Like, if you promote crypto, your video is getting taken down. Like, that's the story right now. I'm not sure. So last night I was on Sargon's Christmas Eve stream. It was a lot of fun. And then after that, I decided to try and do a run of Hollow Knight, the entire game in one stream. I got about halfway there. I got to the point in Hollow Knight where what was it? I got what's it called? Not Descending Dark. It's like the downward slam ability, and then I got the crystal the crystal heart, and that's basically where I stopped, which is about halfway through the game. So I think if I practice a bit more, I could probably beat the entire game in one stream. Because I was goofing around and I wasn't really like honestly kind of playing all that hard. I was just like playing it, you know. But my plan. Naomi's coughing up a storm in the other room. My plan was to try and beat Hollow Knight like over the course of Christmas Eve, to like, you know, like start playing Christmas Eve, be done with it Christmas Day, like just play it all night on Christmas Eve. For those of you who have nothing going on Christmas Eve, and it turned out that I couldn't beat the game. It was like 3:30, and I was halfway through the game, and I was like, I'm going to bed, guys. I got to do the Christmas sip the next day. So here I am. Yeah, Desolate Dive. That's what it's called. Yeah. Yeah, Marie. I'm gonna finish it. So here's my coffee today, by the way. Hold on. Oh, it's quite good. My sister bought me some overseas coffee, and it's pretty good. It comes in like this weird little filter that like hooks over your mug, and you gotta pour water through it. And it's kind of shitty, frankly. It's not a very good filter, but like the coffee itself is great. $50 from Lord Abeen. Thanks very much, dude. Merry Christmas, SFO. Usually listen to these, but my parents have terrible internet. Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. But thanks very much for the 50. That's amazing, dude. Thank you very much. $5 from Russell Patton. A Merry Christmas to you, and here's to our dump with Scrump in the new year. Is that the only thing of mine that you watch, dude? Listen, I think I can beat the game in one stream. I just didn't. Like, Naomi, first of all, Naomi distracted me quite a fair bit. And that kind of put a damper on a lot of the things going on. I was trying to beat it in one stream. It's just that I couldn't do it this time, but I think I can. That's some good coffee. I wonder if I got find a picture of it. Between Red Dead 2 and Hollow Knight. I find Hollow Knight to be the better game. Like here, maybe what I can do, if you like. Head over to my gaming channel, at least my archive channel, where I upload all the streams after the fact. Let me get the Hollow Knight stream if you want to watch it. Like after this or something. It took us like 4 months to beat that game because we were just playing it casually. But I'm pretty confident I can beat it in a night. Yeah. There's the Hollow Knight playlist on my gaming channel, guys, if you like. So it's from Japan, actually, this coffee. It's good though. It's good. $10 from Merc. Merry Christmas, Dev. Those K-Cups expired. My failure is complete. Thanks for the 10, Merc. Are those the K-Cups that, like, you were supposed to send me years ago and never did? And now they're expired? Just send them anyway, dude. Russell, that's right. You gave me the 100 to be on the dump. Thanks for the $2, by the way. Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah. Thanks for the support. That's right. I'm going to be handling in the new year all the people who have donated to be on the show. I'll be handling that. Yeah, Hollow Knight's one of my favorite games of all time, man. Like, if some kid right now is unwrapping Hollow Knight underneath the Christmas tree, he is gonna have a fun time. It's an amazing game. I very rarely buy a game twice, right? But I had it for PC, and I picked up the collector's edition for Switch, and it's amazing. $5 from Yiz. Thanks for the support. Devo, I love you, but I can't stay. Good news, though. I got a fat paycheck from that new job coming, so I'll be giving you a late $100 Christmas present in January. Thanks very much, Yiz. I appreciate it. Do the run again in the new year? Oh, yeah, like New Year's Eve? I could do that. Yeah. Okay, so those of you who are interested, let me just put the link in here. My gaming stream is on Twitch because I still actually like Twitch, and people give me Twitch Prime subs. It's like an easy way to support the channel if you have no money, but you have like a Twitch Prime sub. Game Boomers on Twitch TV. That's my gaming channel. I stream there like every night for the most part. I've been off like the past 3 or 4 days because I was traveling for Christmas, and you know how it is. But I stream there nearly every night. However, the plan tonight is that Naomi and I will be streaming on Game Boomers in about 9 hours from now, and we're gonna play some really terrible Christmas Wii games. You know, there's like the Rudolph game, and you know the Santa Claus is coming to town game. There's a bunch of shitty Wii Christmas games, and the plan is I'm gonna play those tonight. And it's gonna be a really terrible time, but I'm gonna enjoy it. Thanks for the $2, Wes Wyatt. Can you hear Naomi coughing too? Thanks for the $2, Wes. Merry Christmas, Shauna Kawanza. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. You're awesome. Thanks to everyone for supporting the channel this whole time. In about 9 hours. Yeah. In about. So, I guess we could talk about a few things, if you don't mind, because I don't think I'm going to be doing like a January 1st stream, at least not like this. I'll probably just like release a regular video, right? So I do want to talk about a few things, like a few end of year things before we get started on the actual meat of the sip. A few things is thanks to everyone. First and foremost, thanks to everyone who supports the channel. Everyone who's been watching all year. everyone who watches SFO, everyone who's swung by Game Boomers, everyone who puts a Twitch Prime sub, or just a Twitch sub with their own money, or donates through Super Chats, donates through Patreon, Subscribestar. Everyone who supports the channel in any way, through watching, through donations. I really appreciate it, because I've now been living off this channel for about 9 months, and it's been going all right. $2 from Russell. Thanks, man. Rudolph's Revenge. Is that a game? Is that a game? I don't know if that's a game, dude. But thanks for supporting the channel, though. I really appreciate. I really appreciate it. Secondly, you'll notice that, like, I tried to do daily videos, and I kept it up for like 3 weeks earlier, and then, like, basically being faced with my giant blizzard video was like a brick to the face, and it kind of stopped all progress for a while. And I still need to, like, hey Schnitzel, who's Game Boomers, get out of here. I still need to, like, figure out a way to do a daily video while still doing big ones. I mean, Sargon can do it, so I can do it, right? Like, there's nothing fundamentally different between him and I. Work ethic is just something that you have to work at, basically. As paradoxical as that sounds, it's basically how it is. So, I should probably go over my New Year's resolutions, because I had 3 of them. Yeah, so Game Boomers is good, so how much I dump on it. Well, everyone shits on Game Boomers, yet everyone who watches it seems to like it, so it's okay. There's the discount JonTron. Am I? Well, that's actually, like, high praise in my opinion. But anyway, I should probably go over my New Year's resolutions, because I set 3 of them last year, and I only kept 1. All right? Well, 1.5, okay? So, actually, no. Maybe I didn't keep any of them. Shit. I set 3 New Year's resolutions, okay? The first one was to lose weight, and I didn't. I didn't gain weight. I'm the same weight as I was at the start of last year, which is pretty bad, because I'm fat. I need to basically redouble my efforts on my health, because things have kind of been going downhill. No, they haven't been going downhill. They haven't been improving, which means I'm just getting older, which means they're going downhill on their own. Like, if you stay the same health, but it's a year later, you're probably, like, slightly more unhealthy because you've aged a year, you know? Brick Muppet, $5. Nima was trying to sabotage you last night. Check to see if she's being paid by my dry bread. Yes, she was. So, in terms of losing weight, I did not complete that that goal at all, which kind of sucks, you know. And there's no real excuse for that. I just got lazy about it. So I need to make that, like, my top priority next year, I think. There's no vampire today. It's Christmas Day, man. There's no vampire today, unfortunately. So I need to lose weight. My second New Year's resolution was to hit 100,000 subs by the end of the year. Now, I didn't do that, but in my efforts to try and hit that, I doubled my subs, which is something I wouldn't have done had I not actually had a goal and shot for it. So I didn't succeed, but I'm not necessarily sad about where I ended up, you know? Like, if I hadn't say, like, okay, I'm gonna get 100,000 and then go for it, and then like put all my efforts toward it, I wouldn't have gone from, like, 30,000 subs to 70,000 subs, which is what I'm at now, right? And my third New Year's resolution was to not play video games offline and to only stream them, because I realized that, like, playing games was sucking up some of my time that I could be using to work. And so if I was going to play a game, I was going to stream it. I'm going to stream it on Game Boomers. All right? And Doomcore, $5. Here's $5 for my favorite French propagandist. I'm not actually a French propagandist. So my third one was to, but thanks very much though, Doomcore. My third resolution was to stop playing games off of Game Boomers, because at least if I'm streaming on Game Boomers, of course I remember Marie, of course, and I appreciate it very much. But if if I was at least streaming something on Game Boomers, then at least some people would watch it, and at least it would be content for some of you. You know, like there's 185 people here right now, 187, which is actually like a small amount for the weekly sip. I usually get around 500, but like when I play on Game Boomers, I might get 50. You know, it seems to fluctuate between 30 and 70 depending on the time of day, what game we're playing, etc. So like, you know, getting 200 here is the same as like getting 50 there, if that makes sense. Or getting like 400 here is the same as getting 50 there. So like, I know that the Game Boomers audience is smaller, but it seems like the Game Boomers audience is like more invested. That's not to shit on any of you guys, because like you guys, you know, there's many reasons not to watch gaming content on the internet. Like there's so much of it, you only have so much time in the day. You know how it is. But like the people that watch me on Game Boomers, they're like the ones that are talking all the time in my Discord. They're the ones that I recognize because they're around all the time. You know, they're the ones that like watch every video. They're the ones that like I can interact with, and they know me a bit better because they're like the regulars. You know, they're there for every single thing that I do, so I appreciate them quite a bit. So at least if I'm streaming a game on Game Boomers rather than just playing a game on my own, I'm giving them content, which is something, right? So even if it's like I'm not working on an SFO video, it's like I'm going to stream tonight. I stream tonight. There's content. There's at least something for somebody, which is, I think, kind of the important part of, frankly, building your career as a streamer, is doing it consistently. I'm not that shit at gaming. Hold on. I pulled off some pretty good moves last night in Hollow Knight. Thank you very much. So up until the release of World of Warcraft Classic, I kept that resolution pretty straight. I might have played like one round of Risk of Rain and 2 rounds of FTL off show. Otherwise, I was either grinding for a game we were doing on the show, or I was playing it on stream. All the gaming I had done up until World of Warcraft Classic this year was pretty much related to Game Boomers. So I consider it that one, at least up till that point, kept. And World of Warcraft Classic hit, and it ruined me for like a month, which sucks. But like after that, I was pretty much good. Like I played some Hollow Knight, but I was fine. I not much. That was pretty much it. Yeah. So like that resolution was like mostly kept. But and the only reason that it wasn't like completely broken was because Blizzard shat themselves, and I had to give up World of Warcraft out of a sense of obligation. $10 from That's Confused One. Thanks very much. I invest into Game Boomers because you like seeing Dave rage at your fails. It's fantastic. Wait, usually it's me raging at his fails. But anyway, that's basically my 3 resolutions for the year, and one of them I completely failed. 2 of them I half failed, but I still managed to make some achievements. You know, just in my attempts to make those resolutions work, it wasn't a complete failure because I got off my terrible job, and I managed to live on this full time. I managed to become a mostly consistent streamer. I managed to build an audience, so I'm quite grateful for those things. So. If that honestly, that's the best Christmas gift I could ever ask for, is getting that stuff. Yeah, Konsaki, I should know on my Twitch channel. Yeah. Thanks for another 10. That Confused One. Just some good old ribbon, you skinny bat. I'm not skinny. Merry Christmas and have another 10. Thanks very much, man. I appreciate it. Dave's gone, man. Yeah, basically at this point. Your computer's motherboard died. That sucks, Dr. Catfish. Jesus. That sucks, man. I'm sorry. So I guess I should probably. I like to put out my resolutions at the start of each year, so maybe I'll give you mine now if you want to hear about it. 'Cause like at least the channel related ones, right? And the first one is, again, lose weight. I need to make that the priority this year because I was half-assing it. And I lost some weight, then I'd gain it back. I'd lose 10 pounds, I'd gain 10 pounds, and wouldn't really go anywhere over the course of the year. So number 1, lose weight. if you've seen me in my Pokemon Fire Red playthrough from like 6 years ago or 7 years ago, I was at a good weight then. I want to get back down to that. So 1, lose weight. 2, I don't necessarily. Oh, thanks very much, Luck Viano. I don't necessarily want to set a sub goal because YouTube's fickle as fuck. They could just algorithmically fuck you, and then you just be whatever, right? So I don't want to I don't want to make it a sub goal this time, but I do want to do a video every day and stick to it, because when I was doing it, like last month for those 3 weeks, it felt good, and the income was pretty good, and people liked it. The channel was growing. I was feeling better about myself. I was feeling better about the channel. The money was coming in, so I should probably do that. I should probably actually stick on a schedule. So here's my plan. My number 2 resolution for next year is to basically do a video every day for the whole year. However, I'm going to allow myself 1 day off a month to not post anything, whether it's a video or a stream. And just because what I should be able to do is, if I need several days off, I can like make videos in advance. Just like work hard for 1 day, make like 4 videos, and then just take some time off. But I should give myself at least 1 day as like a stopgap where nothing goes up, that I only use if I have to. So that's my second resolution. Jack down $5. Thanks very much. How are you able to stay sane listening to Kevin Logan's nonsense on Stargun stream yesterday? I didn't. Like, I had my own stream to prep for after his, right? So while Kevin Logan was like going off in his fucking weird tangents, I went off to my my Game Boomer studio. It's like on the other side of the house, but I have wireless headphones, so it's fine. But over there, I was like trying to do some technical work because some of my games weren't working that I wanted to stream last night. So I was trying to fix that while I was like nominally on the stream but muted. Yeah, Kevin seems insane, dude. Yeah, Nordic Kiwi, I was up streaming till 3 a.m. last night on Game Boomers. That's why I'm so tired. Epic pranks. Politics called. Sargon banned. V kicked. Oh no, that's the plan. My second my second resolution this year is to not miss a day of uploads. My third resolution is to try and get Game Boomers to a point where it is at least semi-viable on its own. Because like right now, you guys have noticed I put like notifications out on the SFO channel when I'm streaming on Game Boomers, and that gets me some more views. But like, now I don't know what I would count as viability, because Game Boomers already brings in like maybe 500 USD a month, which is not nearly the main source of my income. SFO creates more than that. But like, maybe what it could be is like, if I hit 10,000 subs on the Game Boomers archive channel, it's already at 2,000. I can probably work hard and get it to 10,000 by the end of the year. Maybe that should be the goal, or maybe the goal should be to hit partner status on Twitch this year. Which means like having 100 people watching regularly ish, and then applying for it. Maybe I could do that. I'm kind of going back and forth, but like basically getting Game Boomers to a point of viability where I'm not just only leaning on SFO to make it work. That should probably be my third resolution. Ryan Potter, $5. PP, poo poo, come pee, but gay, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. So those are my 3 New Year's resolutions, all right? Lose weight, that's the most important one. Daily video on SFO. Get Game Boomers to viability, because Game Boomers is halfway there at this point, so. You never saw an I'm streaming notice on YouTube. Oh, yeah. Like, Kansaki. Here, let me see if I can show you what I do. Go to my channel, youtube.com/shortfightotaku. Let me just pull it up here if you don't mind. Let me just pull it up. And you go to Community, the Community tab. Here, I'll post it in the chat so you can actually see it. You go there, and I post in there. And if you have the bell on, if you've clicked the notifications bell on YouTube and you have it set to receive all notifications, these messages will like pop up in the corner of your browser or on your phone or whatever. And it says I'm currently streaming on Twitch and here's the game that I'm playing, or like here's a video that I uploaded on my techie side channel, DevKit, where I disassemble a external hard drive, you know? So basically, this is where I'm posting alerts for streams on that little page there. Yeah, Kanzaki, I have a Game Boomers YouTube. I do. Yep. I'll show you that too. It's youtube.com/GameBoomer. Yeah. That's shit. It didn't really take. But yeah, that's what I do, man. How's that? Yeah, that one works. Okay. So yeah, like I have an archive channel where I put all the streams up. And like that channel has, it's like I said earlier, that channel has 2,000 subs ish, 1,800. Maybe my goal this year is to get that channel to 10,000. You know. DevKit link. Okay, I can grab the DevKit too. All my side channels, by the way, are linked on the main SFO channel. Like if you go to youtube.com/shortfatotaku, there'll be like a side panel that says SFO Network, and all my channels are there. There's Game Boomers, the Dev Kit, and the SFO Backups, which is like a dumping channel for banned videos. There's the Dev Kit channel there. There it is. I missed a super chat. Let's see. Jack Down for $5 again. Thanks very much. To say Kevin Logan's insane is underselling it. Being the filch to Christy Winter's Umbridge. Chris clearly wrote what little sanity he once had. Yeah. I don't know about Kevin Logan, man. I feel like he could be a nice guy if he actually got himself out of the political scene for a while. He's like a less extreme version of Spoonie, where like just the politics have eroded him, and his like every part of his personality has been jettisoned aside from the politics. $5 from the purest form of cancer. Hey everybody, just a quick reminder to put all your Christmas waifus in the Discord server so I can wank to them. Merry Christmas to you all. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Aside from like Scrump's trap room in his server, I have like the best porn channels on Discord, I think. Yeah, the best thing to do is like if you have a Twitch account, follow me on the Game Boomers Twitch, because Twitch actually sends out notifications reliably, and YouTube does not. So it's simple as that. But anyway, those are my three resolutions for this coming year, because we're growing, guys, but I could do more, and a lot of it is just getting my ass in gear, So making Game Boomers viable, losing weight, doing SFO video every day. Those are my three resolutions for 2020. And hopefully you guys will stick with me as I do these things, man. Hopefully. It took 3 minutes before it showed up, Marie? Yeah, of course. That's just how YouTube is, man. YouTube sucks. Maybe like a nominal fourth resolution is to like try to get one of my like alt tech channels to a decent size, because like the SFO BitChute is like at 2,000 subs or something. So maybe I could like focus on that, because BitChute's fun. YouTube isn't fun anymore. BitChute's fun. So. It's some good coffee, dude. It's like a slight mocha. She got me like this Japanese mocha coffee for Christmas. It's pretty good. And speaking of Christmas, do you think it's time for it? I've been going for 30 minutes just talking about my feels. Do you think it's time for me to maybe actually get on with the news? Do you want some Christmas news, guys? I could do some Christmas news. Resident Evil 3 remake on Game Boomers. No, unfortunately, because we have a whole bunch of other games that we're currently doing. And the thing with Resident Evil is that I want to show Naomi the series from the beginning. So we're probably going to start with Resident Evil 1 and then work our way through the remakes. That was surreal. I somehow sipped at the same time as SFO. Here, I'm going to sip right now, guys. Everyone get ready, okay? 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's good. Yeah, but I have a feeling that we're going to be busy in March. Like, there's a few games that I've wanted to pick up on Game Boomers that are older games that we haven't been able to do recently. Like, we haven't even played the original Legend of Zelda on NES yet, and I kind of want to. So, we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, let's kind of work on this because hopefully, I'm sure like the main reason that I'm doing this stream is for people who don't have families to see this Christmas, people who don't have, or people who like saw their family earlier and they're alone, or people who don't have families at all, or people who are estranged from their family. Basically, people who have nothing to do today and are feeling lonely. Well, I'm gonna spend my Christmas with you because I'm doing this. Then tonight I'm streaming Christmas games and Game Boomers, so you can see a whole lot of Devo if you like today. It's up to you. And you know what? If if some of you are at your parents or are at your relatives and you've gone back to visit or whatever, and it sucks because it often does suck, frankly. I went back to visit and it sucked for me. I did it earlier, so I did it like before Christmas so I could do this now. But I visited and it was kind of like, So I understand. And like, if you can get away for an hour, maybe even just 10 minutes, throw on a YouTube video, maybe hang out with me for a few minutes here and, have some respite. Well, then I guess it was worth it doing this entirely, right? Yeah, that's a good idea, Sanitary Cockroach, yeah. Yesterday and today are the days of the most suicides of the year. Yeah, it really is. It's one of those days, man. But yeah, so I think like we're not going to do Resident Evil just yet. There's just other games that I want to show Naomi. Like we're probably going to do like Mass Effect 3 because we've been going through the whole series with like an imported safe character that we've been doing on Game Boomers. We're probably going to do like the original Legend of Zelda. Maybe like Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door or Pokemon Emerald or something. Like some kind of RPG. So probably not with the Resident Evil thing. $2 from Brick Muppet. We Outcast, thank you, of course. $5 from Jack Down. I got shit to handle, so I'm gonna duck out. Listen to the stream later. See you later, man. Thanks very much. I'll be sending you some cash and get a $100 donation soon. Hey, listen, man. If you can't afford it, don't worry about it. There's no requirement to donate. I don't want people to like break the bank supporting me. No, Dragon Fat. It goes both ways. Mooch Talks. Merry Christmas, Dev. Much love. Please take it easy and chill. Stream is a really sweet idea. You make the SFO and Game Boomers community so wholesome. Thanks very much, Mooch Talks. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the PayPal. Thank you. Fight me, Dev. Maybe start Resident Evil series on Halloween. Yeah. Okay. Next Halloween, I'm either going to do Resident Evil or Castlevania. The whole series in 1 month. I'm going to do it. I don't know which one yet. Anyway, let me bring in the actual news. I've been jibber jabbing too long here. Telling you guys about my resolutions and my Christmas plans and the Game Boomers plans and the channel plans. So let me just bring in what I've got here, okay? Was this the thing? That's it. Okay. So let's start with a few tweets. These are not tweets that have gone anywhere, but still, this is kind of how a certain selection of people gets their jollies off on Christmas, okay? Oh, congratulations on the job, Jack Down. Thanks for the $2. Merry Christmas. I put up my actual Konsaki. I put up my actual address online. You look up a video on my channel called "How to Support SFO." My address is in that. Bashir, just I can beat Castle. Fuck off. I've beat it before. Wait, hold on. Who did I ignore? Mazetism says ignored. Who did I ignore, dude? What? I didn't ignore you, did I? Oh, today's my birthday. I turned 30. Dev, where's my Vic video you promised? I'm sorry, dude. Happy birthday, though. Man, it must suck to get, like, your birthday on Christmas because you only get, like, one set of presents. Oh, I'm sorry. Jesus. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. SFO and Game Boomers is wholesome. Dev, I have the best porn channels. Yes. Okay, let's see this. Christmas with my family. Ups, karaoke, potato salad, and my favorite cousin. Downs, racism, transphobia, homophobia, other problematic opinions. So this is kind of how this is going to go. A lot of the news for Christmas revolves around people who are from places that they like to call the middle of nowhere. They move off to LA, or they move off to New York, or they move off to London, or they move off to Vancouver or Toronto. And then when they have to go back to their hometown, they describe it as this Herculean ordeal of overcoming oppression. Right? Whenever some of the woke, do we call them woke scolds, I guess? Whenever some of those people, the SJWs, write articles about the holidays, it's always through the framework of my bigoted family that I left behind. $5 for all out of bubblegum. Thanks that I have for this year is that after being homeless for 3 years, I was able to get into a home. Living in a van sucks. Congratulations, dude. That's a great achievement. Welcome home. Don't be giving me money, though. Like, I appreciate it, but, like, take care of yourself, huh? $5 from Dr. Catfish. Here's my last of my money. I won't make rent now, but use worth. No! I'm fucking... Hold on. I'm reporting this. Wait, how can I cancel the... I'm removing it, at least. I deleted it. You're not sending me money if you can't fucking make rent. God damn it. Okay, let's keep going here. To all my LGBT babes, Christmas Day can be hard because of your family, but stay strong. Your favorite family are here for you. DM me if it gets too hard. Remember, you're not the only one who has problematic relatives, so just roll your eyes and go on fearlessly. So, apparently, the favorite family is not your blood family. It's your online family, I guess. Like, okay. There's a good argument to be made that, like, the friends that you choose can sometimes be more family than your actual family, because, you know, when you're born with family and they're shit, you can't help that, but you can choose good friends. However, I don't think people online are a substitute for, like, IRL friends or family. You know what I mean? And here's the last one that I'll talk about because why not, right? Why is my family racist like I'm the only black person in the room and you have the fucking nerve to talk about Trump? I can't stand listening to all the fucking problematic shit they say. I want to die during the holidays. Merry fucking Christmas. And then she posts a video of just a Trump thing on a table at the Christmas gathering. And it's like, yeah? Just talking about Trump is a problem, eh? Just saying it. $10 from Dr. Catfish. You can't make me be responsible. Yeah, I guess not. Thanks very much, man. $5 for Dr. Diddler. Here you go, Dev. I was going to use this for condition, but he can rot. Buy yourself something. No! Stop that. I'm going to start banning you. God damn it. God fucking damn it. $5 from Chris Nemo. Evil Dr. Catfish was joking, you boomer. I had a feeling he was, yeah. But I wanted to roll with it. So, anyway, these 3 tweets are kind of like a random cross-section of these people's feelings about going back to their hometown for Christmas, okay? And, there are some places that are making fun of it. Socialink the Great, 1,000 kroners. Sweden is better than Snow Mexico. Fight me. Thanks very much for the 1,000. How much is 1,000 kroners, dude? I gotta look this up. That is like $100. Oh, thanks very much, dude. That's crazy. Yeah. Hey, Socialink, that is enough to warrant a reward tier. So message me on Discord, okay? And we'll set it up. Thanks very much for the 1,000 SEKs. I really appreciate it, man. That's crazy. Thank you. Okay. So this is like a jokey article about it, okay? Okay. Opinion. If no one else will, fine. I'll be the racist uncle. I can't wait to be old enough to be a racist uncle, dude. Before we start eating, I'd like to say what we're all thinking. This is our first Christmas without Uncle Randy. Obviously, we all dearly miss him. The holidays just won't be the same without his charming smile, his delicious candied yams, and his repugnant rants about ethnic and racial minorities poisoning our white Christian nation. God rest his racist, hate-filled, twice-divorced soul. So I guess we're at the point where the racist uncles are actually dying, and I guess this is like their celebration of it. Holidays are about tradition, so with Uncle Randy gone, someone needs to take up the mantle of the racist uncle. It just wouldn't be the same otherwise. And thanks to the goddamn Detroit Lions who can't cover a spread if they were in a knife, that person this year is me. I guess I'll be the racist uncle this year. While I may not believe in the revolting things I'm about to say, we need to keep the tradition of having a racist piece of shit uncle that ruins every holiday dinner alive. So without further ado, get ready for a whole heck of a lot of racism. Hey, Cousin Jeff. Couldn't help but notice that your girlfriend is not white. Boy, I would prefer she not be here. Maybe she could, go back to her own country. Quit trying to pollute our pure white bloodline. This is hilarious. How about Jews, right? Enough with those guys. Learn to drive, I suppose. And hey, Puerto Ricans, why are you so bad about responding to texts? Especially when I send really funny memes. Jamaicans love bobsledding, is that one? The Norwegians, we all know they smell, right? That seems like a thing. Smell like whale blubber? Next year, can I please take the role of fuck up cousin Kara and show up stoned out of my mind? Dude, I am gonna 100% be the racist uncle when I'm older. I'm gonna be that guy. And then they're gonna find old pictures of me with my Asian girlfriends from the past. Or they're going to discover that Naomi's Jewish, and it's going to be all over for me. Speaking on, let's continue the whole racist uncle part of the show. All right, if you don't mind. Let's see here. My mom. This is about Thanksgiving, but you know what? The same rules for Thanksgiving apply to Christmas. Frankly, my mom. Don't forget to pack something nice for Thanksgiving. Me. Here's her vagina shirt. It's not a dirty word. Here's her pro-black, pro-brown, pro-queer, pro-trans, pro-science, pro-choice, pro-ho shirt. I guess it's okay up until you get to this point, right? And then decolonize your bookshelf. That's a shirt you gotta wear, too. I guess you gotta burn the books that you don't approve of for progressivism, I guess, for the sake of diversity. Okay. This is the diametric opposite of the racist uncle. The racist uncle shows up to the family gathering, and it's not always an uncle. It's just a racist person who's older or something, or someone who, really wants to talk about, their political views at dinner, and just, gets into a big-ass conversation, right? So this person shows up, and they're usually, way too far to the right. They're usually way too racist. It's kind of ridiculous how far off the deep end they are. And they legitimately are off the deep end, right? But this is This is not the moderate center. This is the extreme other side where you show up specifically to start a fucking fight in the same way that like the guy who shows up wearing the Confederate flag, on his hat or something. This is the same thing. This is like okay. This is not just like a rainbow LGBT shirt, right? It's not just saying trans rights or something, right? It's repeating vagina. It says pro ho and decolonize your bookshelf. This is not like a center lefty position. This is ridiculous. $10 from Milk My Mantits. Thanks, dude. Don't spend this on crack. No, I'm going to now, thanks to that name. Thanks very much, man. I appreciate it. Pro trying to be the touchy uncle. This is like the woke wine ant, who's like the opposite of the racist uncle. Let's keep going here. What's with all the racist uncles? The trope blinds us to the way bigotry runs in families. It's holiday season again, that magical time of year where families gather, feasts are prepared, and media outlets tell you how to argue with your racist uncle. To judge by these articles, millions of Americans heading home for the holidays are dreading a confrontation with an uncle, always an uncle, who expresses heinous opinions during an otherwise congenial supper. And yet people don't want to spoil the holidays for everyone by fighting. There are many particular things about this genre, which has taken the shape of bots and hotlines that promise to assist you in outsmarting your uncle. What? Hold on. What the fuck are these? What the fuck are these? How to have a conversation with your angry uncle over the holidays. The angry uncle bot? Hey, it's the angry uncle bot. I have lots of opinions. What kind of uncle bot do you want to chat with? I'm more liberal, so I'll chat with conservative uncle bot. Okay. Great, let me tell you something. Trump's been great for America. Look at the economy, it's booming. I wouldn't say any of these. Okay. This is not how you diffuse a situation, is it? Like, these are specifically confrontational. These are confrontational replies. Oh, listen, look. I got approval from Karen here. Thanks, Karen. How am I doing? Not that great, actually. Things have been worse under Hillary. Did your taxes go down? Taxes are way too high. Not a good choice. Not all questions are created equal. Oh, wait. It says, try this response instead. It makes you choose the one that they want you to choose. Good choice. It was the only choice, Karen. Also, this isn't how the uncle would react. This is fucking awful, dude. Fine, whatever. I don't care anymore. This is dumb. What's this one all about? Forced to dine with a racist uncle on Thanksgiving? Text this holiday hotline. Wait, the Surge Holiday Mobile Hotline is a free texting service brought to you by the folks at Showing Up for Racial Justice, Surge, a national network of white people who want to undermine white support for white supremacy. It's a choose-your-own-adventure game in which you select a topic and are then connected to a library of talking points to help you win over your controversial white loved ones. I was just about to say Telltale, and then Torvar in the chat room said, is this why Telltale went out of business? Sideshowman 212, $20. Thanks you very much. This money was originally going to stop Godzilla from attacking the West Coast, but I figured you would need this more. Have a Merry Christmas and Happy... No! You need to save the West... No, actually, it's the West Coast. Fuck them. All right, thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks, dude. So, start by texting SOS to 82623. Does this work? Hold on. Got my phone right here. I mean, this is Canada, so it might not work for me. I'm gonna try it. Okay, hold on. New text. Recipient should be 82623. The message SOS. It's sent? I'm not getting anything back, though. Come on, guys. I need help with my racist uncle. Is this how it's supposed to work? Wait, how old is this? Maybe it's shut down. This is from 2017. I wonder if, like, Surge still exists. Let me click on their website and see. No. Their website's gone. I guess the service is down. Maybe no one fucking used it. So it's gone now. Racism exists because white folks avoid conversations. Shut the fuck up. Heather Cronk, who grew up in Kentucky, and she probably hates it now that she's living out in LA or something. Wait, an anti-racist placemat? The placemat focuses on indigenous solidarity and challenging familiar narratives about things. What the fuck is this? Oh, it's like a... You have to print it off. Tips for talking with families. This is great, you know? They're not going to notice this giant fucking cheat sheet underneath your plate that you have to, like, lift your plate up to look under and, like, get... Wow. Okay. Let's return to this here anyway. Jesus. Anyway. In the happy world of the racist uncle, bigots stopped reproducing in the 1960s and survive only in the form of childish middle-aged males who go to their siblings' houses for the holidays. Of course, 7 Ways to Argue with Your Racist Mom is an inherently more depressing title. In the name of fun holiday fare, it's tempting to just let it pass. But especially at Thanksgiving, a holiday that already requires us to overlook quite a lot of ethnic baggage, of course it does, it's worth pausing to look at the ways these articles perpetuate common fallacies about racism. Alright. Racist aunts are just as real as racist uncles. Yeah, and they're usually left-leaning. They usually have like 30 cats, and they're drinking a whole bunch of wine constantly directly out of the box, and they're talking about how evil white people are. Wait, Torvar's at a church right now. And it's a very anti-white church. I'm sorry, dude. Are you like listening to the stream like with a headphone in or something? I'm sorry, man. In surveys, 31% of white millennials believe black people are lazier than whites, as opposed to 35% of white baby boomers. Okay. Millennials, boomers, and members of Gen X are markedly less racist than previous generations, but given that the oldest boomers are now in their 70s, this isn't especially heartening. We've apparently made little to no progress in eradicating racism since the 60s. No, what it is that first of all, you can't eradicate racism. You can't. Secondly, all you can do is like eradicate the behaviors. People want to think it. It's like, oh, they believe black people are lazier than whites. Well, if they're not actually doing anything to black people, who cares? Right? But in any case, this article went from fun and games to fun and lames real fucking quick. So let's kind of move on. Thanks, Sandra. You look like somebody who drinks a lot of wine yourself. Okay, we already did this. Okay. Here's what to say to racist family members during the holidays. Dude. That is one bitchin' turkey, isn't it? It's a holiday season, which means it's time to have some potentially awkward conversations with the family. On top of the usual awkward conversations that dredge up old resentments and new disappointments. Lots has already been written about today's polarized political climate, and if they want, people can more or less successfully avoid being in spaces that run completely counter to their core beliefs. This is probably a bad thing, actually. You know, living in your echo chamber for your entire life is probably not good for your personal growth. So anyway, let's quickly skim through this because I'm kind of done with these idiots. I don't know about you, but your silence enables their racism. If you're at the dinner table, make sure you fucking fight all the time. Strategically offer them some homework. If you have a racist uncle, tell him to go read stuff. Go read this. Go read this propaganda, uncle. Of course. Define terms. Oh, of course. Make this like rather than just like shooting the shit around the table, like casually, make it a fucking debate, dude. That's it. That's all the advice you have. Boy, good job. Hopefully, do I have any more of these articles? No, I don't. We're actually on to a new conversation now. Thank you very much. Hey, Carlos, what's up? Can't find a black Santa? There's an app for that. Do you want a black Santa, dude? I mean, I don't see a problem with it. I don't see a problem with black Santas or woman Santas or Asian Santas. It's like, whatever. Just a guy wearing a suit. Like Santa, he's not Saint Nicholas. He's like a corporate. He's like a corporate icon. So it's like, whatever. Who cares, right? Black parents looking to take their kids to a Santa Claus who looks like them can now turn to technology for help. Thanks to a Texas mom who developed an app after several years of struggling to find a Saint Nick her twin sons could relate to. Citing studies that show that children with a positive attitude about their own racial identity do better in school and are less likely to engage in risky behavior. Hold on a minute. Isn't this like an argument for like racial enclaves rather than integration? Keep people that look like you around you kind of thing? Jihan Woods launched a Kickstarter campaign to fund her Black Santa's Locator app. Black Santa takes your shit. Wasn't it like a Stone Toss comic, Neon Reagan, where like Black Santa comes down to like the living room and like the kid's like, Santa's here, and he like steals the kid's bike and goes back up the chimney. I saw mommy getting blacked by Santa. Jesus Christ, dude. After raising $5,000 in 30 days, the Dallas psychiatrist developed an app that lists Santas in 35 states and Washington, D.C., and is available in the App Store and Google Play. I really wanted my children to see a Santa Claus that looks like them. Yeah, of course. So, yeah, Black Santa. That's fine. This is like a really bougie problem these guys, like some first world problems these kids are having, isn't it? It's like, oh, I need a Santa Claus that's my race. And it's like, Jesus. You know what? I think most black kids, like especially the poor ones, they're more worried about getting stuff for Christmas or if like they're not going to get anything because they're poor. Jesus. So anyway, this woman makes an app. Watching people melt down over a black Santa in the Mall of America. Santa is white. Well, in our internment camp, he was Asian, so there. George Takei, who is rightfully angry about, you know, having his family placed in a World War II internment camp because he was Japanese. However, I'm not sure if this is relevant. And anyway, Black Santa doesn't matter. I just kind of find it funny that there's an app for that now. What's this? Krampus rampage. Immigrants on the road provoke the Krampus trying to remove the mask. This is an Italian article, so I'm not going to show it. But we can at least like watch the video. Okay, so in some European nations, they have like the demon Krampus, like the Christmas demon, do their thing, right? But now like these are Krampuses that are attacking people. Look at this shit. Just beat the shit out of him, Krampus. What? Why? What? Is this like part of the tradition, guys? See, I don't know the Krampus tradition. That's a crampage. I don't know if like they're supposed to attack people in the streets, like if that's part of the fun of the tradition. You're supposed to flee from the Krampus whips. Okay, fair enough. Right. Okay, no, that's cool then. See, I get it. Right. Okay. Well, Austria is currently struggling with marauding Krampus demons gone rogue. Police record rising violence and drunkenness in relation to the traditional folkloric festivities. So, apparently, men in costumes roaming the streets to scare children and grown-ups from the end of November to the middle of December. However, things are going a bit more wild than they wanted, I guess. The Krampus has developed to become an altogether very modern bogeyman, with a rising number of complaints about the demons acting in a drunkenly and disorderly fashion once they've donned their masks. In Carinthia, police recorded a number of violent incidents this year in the run-up to the official Krampus Day on 5th of December, with one person being hit in the face with a birch and an 11-year-old child being left with a bloody cut on their thigh. Jesus. 2 firefighters were set upon and beaten by a group of Krampuses. The police were called out to deal with a number of drunken devils in the city center. A video shows people fleeing in panic as a group of devils start to beat and kick a person lying on the ground. Holy shit, dude. 3 Krampuses set their costumes on fire and suffered burns after accidentally setting off a box of fireworks. Oh, okay. So I guess they're taking this tradition a bit too far. I should have a Krampus squad. It's a crampage. If large groups of young men in masks roamed the streets on any other night of the year, the police would be called out in an instant. In an anonymous collective, we are always more likely to overstep our boundaries. Yeah, well, that's what Antifa does, right? Like they'll mask up and do crazy shit. I want to see like okay, it's not that I want to see, but I predict seeing. Okay, I predict seeing like next year or something, Islamists who want to start violence in the streets dressing as Krampus and doing it so they can get away with it. That might be like the new thing, you know? A Krampno state. Okay. Mum shamed for calling Santa Father Christmas as it's not gender neutral. Alright, so 2 articles ago I said that a black Santa is fine, a female Santa is fine. Yes, of course. Because Santa's not a person, he is a symbol. You know, Saint Nick was a person, he was male, but Santa's not a person. Santa can be whatever you like, because it's like, modern Santa was invented by Coca-Cola, for fuck's sake. It's just a symbol, who cares? Merry Christmas, Valmedic, thanks very much. Santifa. However, if Santa can be anything, that means that Santa can be a white male. Therefore, Father Christmas is just fine. You fucking assholes. Oh, oh, oh. A Plymouth mum says, shut up. Says she has been ridiculed online for calling Santa Father Christmas, as the name isn't gender neutral. The local mum says she was shamed on a group of social media on discussing a children's Christmas book and talking about Father Christmas, as Santa is now seen as gender neutral. And Santa is many parents' preferred name for the jolly character in the red suit. The unnamed parent, who has a young child, says she has been left feeling on edge since the comments picked on her. Well, like, 1, yeah, the commenters are dumb, but 2, it's the fucking internet. What do you mean? I'm on edge because someone criticized me on the internet. Ooh. It sounds like everyone here's a goddamn snowflake. I've just been shamed on a Facebook group for using the name Father Christmas and told that Santa is now seen as gender neutral. I was only referring to the book below, Father Christmas by Raymond Briggs, but it's left me a little confused and on edge about what we're allowed to say. I have a small child. I don't really want to raise him saying Father Christmas as if it's hurtful to some. Who cares? Holy fuck. Man, what is it with the UK being absolute complete fucking cucks? While Brits typically say Father Christmas, Americans and those living in the USA... Wait, Americans and those living in the USA? So we're just going to gloss over the fact that there's a bunch of non-Americans living in the USA, probably illegally. I guess it's all right. I guess it's okay, right? Okay. All right. But Americans and those living in the USA say Santa Claus. I've noticed you, Shadman. Wait, Shadman? Oh, it's not the real Shadman. Okay. Hey, I noticed you, though. While Santa Claus and Father Christmas are arguably the most common, Saint Nicholas, is the preferred name for many families on both sides of the Atlantic. And in Europe, the Jolly Man has various different names. Yeah, in France, it's Père Noël. It's Babbo Natale, which is in Italy. In Germany, it's Weihnachtsmann, which is just Christmas Man. The Germans just called him Christmas Man. All right. Nicholas and Mikolaj, which are, Nicholas, fair enough. In Russia, it's Grandfather Frost. Okay, fine. It's easier for littlies to... Are these people calling their kids littlies? I said, Ghost, I said by the end of the year. I still have a week to do the Minecraft server. Also, Daddy has one up, so it counts. Wait. Littlies? Wait. Father Christmas caught on CCTV in Plymouth Garden. What's this? Hey. Hey, play. Play. There it is. Littles, get out of here. Stanton, I know what that is. What's he doing? Packing for sleigh. What, is he inspecting the house for to see if it's safe enough to go in? The fuck was that? God, what a waste of goddamn time. Okay. $5 from Russell Patton. In Louisiana, we call him Papa Noel, and he drives a Piro pulled by alligators. Thanks, man. $5 from Brick Muppet. No Americans is the PC term for those living in this hemisphere, not just the USA. Really? That's dumb. I don't consider myself American at all. Apparently, I need an official SFO Minecraft server and not just the one that Daddy created, so fine, I'll work on it. Okay, however, Santa Claus should not be a white man anymore. It's time to give Saint Nick his long overdue makeover. I guess their ideal Santa Claus is a fucking penguin who, by the way, lives in the South Pole, not the goddamn North Pole. You morons. That's the end of the coffee right there. Coffee's done. Anyway, it's like I said. If Santa Claus can be a woman, or a black man, or an Asian man, or whatever, then he can obviously be a white man. So shut the fuck up. When I was a kid, I knew 2 different Santa Clauses. Artemis Fowl, $5. Thanks very much. Merry Christmas, Dev. I already gave you your present. Now give us a present by showing us all what's on your folders. Fuck off. But thanks very much, Artemis Fowl. Thank you. When I was a kid, I knew 2 different Santa Clauses. The first had a fat belly, rosy cheeks, a long white beard, and skin as pink as bubblegum. He was omnipresent, visiting my preschool and the local mall, visible in all my favorite Christmas specials. Then there was the Santa in my family's household, in the form of ornaments, cards, and holiday figurines. A near-carbon copy of the first one. Big belly, rosy cheeks, long white beard, check, 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 but his skin was as dark as mine. Seeing 2 different Santas was bewildering. Eventually, I asked my father what Santa really looked like. Was he brown like us, or was he a white guy? My father replied that Santa was every color. Whatever house he visited, Jolly St. Nicholas magically turned into the likeness of the family that lived there. In hindsight, I see this explanation as the great Hollywood spec script it really is. But at the time, I didn't buy it. I remember feeling slightly ashamed that our Black Santa wasn't the real thing. Your dad didn't fucking say that, you moron. Why would you take it that way? Because when you're a kid and you're inundated with the imagery of a pale seasonal visitor, and you notice that even some black families decorate their houses with white Santas, you're likely to accept the consensus view despite your parents' noble intentions. Well, you know what? Isn't this argument the same reversed, though? Like, if there was a cultural shift and everyone believed that the default Santa was black, wouldn't white kids feel how you feel now? Like, what are you saying? Like, this is a problem you can't solve. This is literally a Family Guy episode, Carlos. Yeah, probably. I missed a few super chats. Let me scroll back up. I missed one. Here we go. Xenothium 15 for $5. Thanks very much. Gritty Claus is the best Santa. He brings water and cheesesteaks to all the good little boys and girls. Gritty Claus? Thanks very much, though. I don't get it. Yeah, this who hears what this dumb fuck says? Yeah, kinda, but like we're having a thing here, man, where we're doing like shitty Christmas articles. I propose that America abandon Santa as a fat old white man and create a new symbol of Christmas cheer. From here on out, Santa Claus should be a penguin. That's right. A penguin. Why, you ask? For one thing, making Santa Claus an animal rather than an old white male could spare millions of non-white kids the insecurity and shame that I remember from childhood. You know what? Everyone has insecurity and shame when they grow up and they're told that Santa isn't real. So shut the fuck up. DRT is king, $2. Thanks very much. Merry Christmas, my dude. Free Hong Kong. Free Hong Kong, man. Yeah, I agree. If you want to make Santa an animal, why don't you make him a polar bear? Polar bears actually exist in the Arctic, you morons. Whether you celebrate the holiday or not, Santa is one of the first iconic figures foisted upon you. He exists as an incredibly powerful image in the imaginations of children across the country, and beyond, of course. That this genial, jolly man can only be seen as white. No, and consequently that a Santa of any other hue is merely a joke, or a chance to trudge out racist stereotypes. Does anyone think this? Like, I mean, there are jokes about, like, black Santas stealing stuff. Yeah, fair enough. There are jokes about white Santas being home intruders. Like JonTron. The recent JonTron episode was all about Santa being a home intruder. And he was white. Like, shut the fuck up. This is stupid. This is a dumb article. Well, he just goes on about it, doesn't he? Wait. This article originally identified penguins as mammals. They're birds. Were you that stupid to think that a penguin was a mammal in your shitbird article? Fucking hell, dude. Okay, check this out. Dude, Christmas Santa. I probably shouldn't have put this in the goddamn video. Why are you there? Okay. What the fuck? Why was that picture there? I don't remember opening that. Okay. This link has been taken down. And you can't actually Merry Christmas, Discordia. You can't actually click it anymore because you click on it and like it's like deleted. It's like, oh, this page doesn't exist. Oh no. This holiday TV classic, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, is seriously problematic. So HuffPo, this was I think last year, wanted to cast Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer as problematic, but they got so shit on that like they took it down. And the video has been scrubbed from the internet. But there are articles talking about the video. So here's one of them. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer film sparks political correctness debate over problematic story. The 1964 classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer returned to American television screens, but this time around, the once heralded stop-motion film has made the news for all the wrong reasons. Viewers may recall its simple plot. The reindeer is mocked and cast away by the majority of his peers when they discover his glowing red nose. Even though Rudolph ultimately returns to save the day, using his glimmering snout to guide Santa through poor weather, there is no denying the verbal attacks that Rudolph endures. Hey, Fire Snout! They're teasing him with Rainbow Puss. Rainbow Puss? That's just like a lesbian. Isn't it? $2 from Bad Dragonite. Merry Christmas. Thanks very much, dude. I appreciate it. Stop calling me names. But was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer marginalized? That is the premise of a HuffPost video that's now been taken down, posted on Wednesday at Twitter, that has been viewed more than 5.3 million times. The video notes an instance in the film where Rudolph's father verbally abuses him. The father of Rudolph's love interest is called a bigot for forbidding his daughter from being seen with the red-nosed one. The video includes various reactions to this film from Twitter, one saying, yearly reminder that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is a parable on racism and homophobia with Santa as a bigoted exploitative. Oh. All right. Probably piece of shit. For the family-friendly part. It is not entirely clear whether the video was satire or meant to be taken seriously. It was meant to be taken seriously. Like, seriously. Okay. Think about it, guys. Whenever these SJW idiots, these journos, put up something like this retarded, you know it's not meant to be parody. You know it, dude. So, Donald Trump Jr. replies liberalism is a disease. Tucker Carlson said progressives love attacking Christmas. And HuffPo dubs Rudolph public enemy number 1. They find something, they kind of destroy that, and they'll move on to something else that we love. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Perceived attacks on Christmas are historically a favorite talking point of conservatives. Well, it's because they exist. Like, they take anything that is pure and good and they defile it because the left, the radical left anyway, they've basically become iconoclasts. And I don't even mean like religious iconoclasts, just anything that exists as a symbol of something that people hold up as being good. They want to destroy it just for the sake of doing so. $5 from Apollo 536. Thanks very much, dude. Hey Apollo, I think I recognize your name. Are you like a silent viewer of Game Boomers or something? Because I think I recognize your name from there. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I will make the Minecraft server, Ghost. Have a Merry Christmas. Hopefully you could peek into the stream for like 10 minutes and have a respite from your family. That's basically why I'm doing it. Rudolph is not the only holiday classic being re-examined in more contemporary context. Oh yeah, that's right. They went after like Baby It's Cold Outside, didn't they? Because it's like, oh, it's about rape. It's a little rapey because he's trying to talk the girl into staying, and it's like, but she kind of wants to stay though. And oh my god, it's terrible. Bad Dragonite, $2. Rainbow Puss is where lesbians keep their Skittles. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's you. Cool, man. It's good to finally hear from you, because usually you like idle and you don't say anything. So nice to meet you. In any case, yeah, there's not much to this because I can't actually find the video. Like, I think HuffPo got so shit on by making this video that they just like deleted it from fucking everywhere. It's gone, dude. Yeah, see, I don't really gotta go over it again, but because I was looking for it, I couldn't find the video itself, but I was looking for it. I mean, like, consider Paul Joseph Watson's take on it, though. The whole point of Rudolph is that people were mean to him. He rose above it and he thrived. Like, the point of the movie was not only showing some kind of bigotry, but rising above bigotry. You know, like if you are a victim of legit bigotry, that doesn't need to define your entire life. You don't need to turn into some kind of like Black Lives Matter activist and protest for like the next 50 years of your life. You can move beyond it, you know? You can become a successful black man, believe it or not. Like, fuck. Anyway. Virginia school bans Christmas carols mentioning Jesus. To celebrate the birthday of Jesus Christ, the Robius Middle School in Midlothian, Virginia, has banned any Christmas carols. I keep saying that. I'm probably saying characters than with the okay. Any Christmas carols that mention the name Jesus. School administrators reportedly explained they had to make the decision to avoid singing anything of a direct sacred nature in order to be more sensitive to the increasing diverse population at school. David Allen, the father of a student at the Robius Middle School, has expressed his concern over the exclusion of Jesus from Christmas songs to be performed at school Christmas concerts. You know, to be fair, if you're keeping a separation of church and state, and the schools are part of the state because they're public schools, then it kind of makes sense. Like, celebrate a secular Christmas where it's about the tree and the gift exchange and like the Santa, and not so much the Jesus. I kind of understand, right? Rainbow Color, we stopped playing Death Stranding on Game Boomers because I just didn't like it. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you were enjoying the playthrough, but like, I didn't enjoy that game. It just wasn't very good. Sorry, man. Alan said students were forbidden from singing a particular carol because the word Jesus was in there, and apparently someone assumed it was of sacred nature. Well, the thing is, like, I remember being a kid and having to sing Christmas carols. And you know what? Oh, you were playing it lately, kids wearing Santa hats? Probably because it's Christmas. That's cool. That's awesome, man. I should, like, take a look at it. Okay, but I remember being a kid. And, like, first of all, I didn't like singing Christmas carols at all. Like here's how it worked when you were in school as a kid. You gotta, like, go to the gym or the auditorium or whatever, and like everyone's gotta sing Christmas carols. And I was just like, can I just go the fuck home? I don't want to be here singing for like 2 hours. But you kind of have to do it because that's how grade school is, dude. So we sang Christmas carols, and I realized that everyone seemed to enjoy the religious ones less than like the fun ones. So like, no one liked the ones about Jesus or like the miracle birth or whatever. But people like Jingle Bells, you know? People like Santa Claus is coming to town. People like the ones that were more secular, you know? Enjoy, Mooch Talks. Have fun, man. Much love. Hopefully I'll see you tonight. I'm going to be streaming tonight. So, you know, I didn't enjoy Christmas carols, but I enjoyed the secular ones more as a kid because I wasn't religious, and I'm still not religious. However, another thing that happened, though, as per my memories, is that there was one year the school tried to ban like jokey variants of Christmas carols. You know, so like Jingle Bells, Batman Smells, like that variant of Jingle Bells. And they were like, anyone who is caught going off script for the Christmas carols will be suspended. And then like the entire gym did it. And they didn't know what to do. They didn't know what the fuck to do, dude. Like, what are you going to do? Suspend the entire school? So that was a fun time. But anyway, there's a diversity notice. This guy received a diversity notice from the school explaining their commitment to diversity and inclusion. I'm trying to rationalize how you can encourage diversity and yet be exclusionary in one specific area. Well, because to be diverse means to invite everyone in except like the norm, I guess. Since I guess there's enough norm out there in the rest of the world. Federal courts have upheld the constitutionality of public school holiday programs that include the use of religious music, art, or drama, so long as the material is presented in an objective manner as a traditional part of the cultural and religious heritage of that particular holiday. So, yeah, I mean, it's completely fine to use these songs if you want. They've just decided not to do them. And of course, because this is, you know, an article written by a journalist, they have to end with saying Donald Trump told voters he would bring back Merry Christmas in place of the more generic Happy Holidays. If there was anything to actually like Trump over, it'd be this, in my opinion. You know, good enough. I'm okay with Merry Christmas, because you know what? It's an expression of goodwill. Even if you don't celebrate Christmas and someone says Merry Christmas to you, they're saying something nice to you. They're not saying Merry Christmas, and therefore if you don't celebrate it, you better fucking convert. They're not saying that. They're just saying have a good day. But just it's like a seasonal variant of have a good day. So don't be a dick about it, man. Okay. This Christmas dinner in a tin is back. And there's a vegan version too. So, check this out. The Christmas dinner. So you heat this up, then you pour it out onto your plate, and there's your Christmas dinner, dude. The top has scrambled egg and bacon. There's mince pies, turkey and potatoes, gravy, bread sauce, cranberry sauce, Brussels sprouts with stuffing or broccoli with stuffing, roast carrots and parsnips, and at the very bottom, Christmas pudding. This looks and sounds disgusting. What else have they got? Let's see the vegan one, dude. Here's the vegan one. Oh, that looks even gross. Okay, there's nut roast, mushroom Wellington, sprouts, Toblerone. Just buy a fucking Toblerone. Roast parsnips and carrots. Halloumi pigs in blankets, cauliflower cheese, Yule log veggie gravy, gingerbread pancakes, cranberry sauce, and potatoes. Jesus. This is... Oh, but... Why? I know, like... Okay. I know Ashens. Not Ashens. Ashers, rather. No, it's Ashens. That's right. It's Ashens. The guy who reviews things on the couch. Yeah, Ashens. He did, like, a Christmas dinner in a can where it was just, like, a whole chicken stuffed into a can that you heat up and you, like, pour it out onto a plate. And apparently it was just, like, fucking absolutely disgusting. What's this one? Vegan chocolate cake, vegan custard, red cabbage. Why is the cabbage going into the parsnips and carrots, butternut squash, Brussels sprouts and broccoli, peppery vegan pigs and blankets, vegan bread sauce, veggie gravy, vegan beet Wellington, vegan cheese, olives and grapes, and scrambled tofu and bacon. Oh my god. $2 from DRT is King. Religious carols are always my favorite. I mean, fair enough, right? Everyone likes their own thing, but it just wasn't for me, you know? God, these are awful. Like, why would you fucking eat this? I guess if you, like, are that poor. So apparently the idea is that you just start from the top of the can and work your way through the layers as you go on through the day. Oh. Architect of Fate, $2. What happened to your old pineapple can? I mailed it off to Steve, 1989 MRE. So if you want to see it, you have to ask him to, like, pull it out. Apollo 536, $5. Thanks very much. It could be worse. They could be yelling Deus Vult instead. Actually, I would take that, man. I would take that over the other shit, because it would at least be funny. What do we got here? Oh yeah, this bullshit. I believe that Christmas culture is oppressive to those who do not celebrate Christmas. Change my view. Christmas culture is pretty much the glorification of Christmas, with no regard to other holidays or celebrations that are around that time. So we can include radio stations playing only Christmas music way before Christmas, stores selling tons and tons of Christmas-related items, while barely touching upon Hanukkah, and if they do so, and completely forgetting about Kwanzaa. Who the fuck actually celebrates Kwanzaa? Televisions offering Christmas specials, and none for everyone else. You get the idea. Public schools touch upon Christmas way more than Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or anything else. My sister actually asked what my family does to celebrate Christmas for an assignment. We're Jewish. Also, people around you talk about you getting into the Christmas spirit. Buy a Christmas gift. What are you doing for Christmas? When all this happens, we as a society oppress those who do not celebrate Christmas. We need to respect that not everyone in a particular region celebrates Christmas, especially in America. Man, fuck off. Like, you could analyze this. You could really get into it. You could really go about why this is bad. You could also just say, fuck off. Yeah. There's way less Jews in Kwanzaa as a joke holiday. It's economics. Exactly. Like, in Israel, what do you think is pushed more? Hanukkah or Christmas? I'm sure there's, like, some minority Christmas shops in Israel, just like there's some minority Jewish shops and like Hanukkah shops in America. That's fucking how it is. You know, you cater to the demographic. It's Christmas, Maverick Hunter. It's Christmas. Anyway, I just found this and I thought it would be particularly retarded. Are you oppressed by Christmas? Blame the patriarchy. All right. Okay. I live in a gendered household. For better or worse, the domestic division of labor is broken down among the standard male-female lines. I cook, he cleans up. I'm in charge of the social calendar. He's in charge of turning on the TV, finding movies on Netflix, and taking me off the ledge when I have a computer malfunction on deadline, and I'm bursting into tears. Even though he is almost as technically illiterate as I am, I expect him to fix it. Like most women, I do most of the emotional work. For example, I give him a heads up when our anniversary is getting near. He knows the month but not the date. He is not quite sure the year we got married. Christmas is always emotionally demanding. I fret, he puts up the tree. I make lists, shop, and cook. Spruce up the place with festive candles and bows of holly, and think about what to get his sister. He snoozes on in blissful oblivion till December 20th, when he suddenly springs to life and asks, what should we get my sister? Have things changed much among the next generation? Apparently not. Who does Christmas in your house? Asked my friend Susie, who's 25 years younger. Oh, it's 99% me. She laughed. She didn't seem impressed, but she might be if she read more progressive journalism. Holiday magic is made by women and it's killing us, reads one headline on a 2017 piece by Gemma Hartley, who wrote an entire book, Fed Up, on the unappreciated emotional labor of women. Holy shit. All right. Russell Patton, $5. Thanks very much. It's almost like they need a certain badge to say they're Jewish. Also, Kwanzaa isn't real. Change my mind. Yeah, Kwanzaa isn't real. Wait, a certain badge to say they're Jewish? Are you suggesting what I think you're suggesting? Yeah, emotional work is when, like, your partner is feeling down and you have to go and cheer them up and talk them into a good mood. That's considered emotional labor by feminists because women disproportionately perform it. It's fucking stupid. It basically means being a good partner. I have yet to send out my Christmas cards this year, but the various steps necessary to complete this task have been weaving through my mind for months. Really? I booked a session with a photographer at the end of August. I picked out and shot for outfits for the entire family in October. In November, the actual photo shoot took place, but not before a flurry of back and forth emails deciding on the time and place while factoring in the weather. Who the fuck does this? So here we go. Why, after 40 years of feminism, has so little changed? The feminist explanation is that the patriarchal oppression extends its stranglehold down through the generations. My explanation is that too many women are masochistic perfectionists. The Christmas juggernaut isn't spread by men. It's spread by women's publications and by Pinterest, which bedazzle you with images of Stepford wives dressed in hand-knit reindeer sweaters decorating cunning little Christmas cookies. Let's face it, men are indifferent to many women's interests, and efforts to change the men will often come to grief. When I was young and naive, I imagined that I, too, would have a 50-50 household where everything was equal and the man helped wrap the presents. When I moved in with my future husband, I even had a ledger to keep track of who did what so I could remind him where he fell short. You can imagine where that went. The ledger soon went out the window. Well, I think there might be something that's, like, biological in this, because it's been my experience and the experience of many others, and there's probably a study backing this up, I would have to assume, that, like, women change their tastes for men legitimately. They don't just like fake it to maintain the relationship. Their tastes actually change to be more in line with their partners than men's tastes change. So, like, there are definitely some women who fake it. They're like, "Oh, you like sports? So do I, dude." And, like, they're obviously just trying to get the relationship going, right? Or just get into their pants sometimes. But, like, there are also many moments where, like, a woman will legitimately become interested in something because she's spending time with a guy who is interested in something, you know? So it's almost like, I don't know, is there something biological in that, like, men change less for women and women change more for men? There might be. I don't know. I mean, women are more likely to be malleable in all sorts of ways, it seems. Like, we're talking very general biological strokes here, like very broad strokes. But, you know, like, women are more likely to be bi, for example, you know? So maybe it is the case. I'm not sure. Now, see, women change to adapt and fake it until they're trapping the man. Sometimes, but not all the time. No, I think some women actually change. You know? Hmm. Uh, Marie says a bit, or at least just more willing to listen to them talk about what they like because they like seeing their man happy. Well, no. Trust me. Men like seeing their women happy too. Like, that's not a one-way street on that thing. But I think there has to be something there that that explains why women change more than men in a relationship. You've barely changed for your man. Well, it's like I said, like I'm talking very general strokes, right? Like I'm not saying that, like, I'm sure there are some women who don't change and some men who do, But like, here, how about this? I do more of the holiday stuff this year, at least. I did most of the tree decoration. I put the wreath up on the door. Well, also, a lot of my holiday stuff revolves around finding like Christmas games to do on Game Boomers, right? Like funny Christmas games or bad Christmas games. So I guess like most of the holiday preparation is that. But like even when it came to like shopping for gifts for people, I did most of the shopping, I handled most of the shopping that Naomi and I did for like my parents and my sister and the in-laws and like Dave and Dom, like I handled most of the shopping. So I handle most of the wrapping too. So I mean, I'm living proof of the exception to this rule, but I still think it's a rule, But in any case, so this person eventually says relationships are trade-offs. The point isn't equality in everything. Exactly. The point is enough fairness that you believe you have a reasonable deal most of the time. Some men don't do much emotional labor, but they work long hours. Some work in dirty, dangerous jobs where they're sometimes killed. Nobody writes books about how mistreated they are. If you too are oppressed by the patriarchy, or the pernicious legacy of decades of Martha Stewart, you can give yourself the gift of liberation. Do you really want a tree? Maybe not. Do you hate cooking Christmas dinner? Get someone else to cook it for you. Give people the same thing every year. Scotch and cigars work at my place. Stay away from Pinterest. Never wrap a gift again. Use bags. Remember, a woman is born free, and everywhere she is in chains. Don't be her. So yeah, like, this is a problem that you can solve your fucking self, so do it. And if you think that things aren't equal in your relationship, examine your relationship, because maybe you're not seeing places where they are equal. Maybe it isn't equal and you have to have a discussion about that. But, like, don't fucking blame other people for your problems, man. Like, solve it. But yeah, like, check this out here. Check this out. Holiday magic is made by women and it's killing us. The emotional labor women do this time of year threatens our mental health. You sound like you don't deserve to be in a relationship. You just don't. Women already perform the bulk of the emotional labor, but during the holidays, this work ramps up. It's the emotional labor, by the way, here is defined as the psychological phenomenon of unpaid, unnoticed labor that goes into keeping everyone around you comfortable and happy. Everyone does this. Sometimes I fuck up and I have to like keep Naomi happy. Sometimes she fucks up. She has to keep me happy, But during the holidays, this work ramps up. There are more mental lists to juggle, more commitments on the calendar to keep track of, more tasks to delegate. There's more pressure to make things magical for those around you. It takes a lot of unseen and underappreciated effort to keep everything humming along smoothly. Putting pressure on yourself to have or create the perfect holiday can send your stress skyrocketing. And overcommitment can quickly lead to exhaustion and burnout. Well, then stop doing it to yourself. You even say, where is it? Yeah, you even say pressure on yourself. Not the patriarchy. It's not Pinterest. It's you. You moron. It's you. I certainly try to keep self-care in mind during the holidays. Usually taking on a yoga routine. Well, you should probably be always having like a yoga routine throughout the year. And drinking lots of decaf green tea to combat the stress. But the overwhelm still gets me. While it's up to my husband to put the lights and trim the tree, the vast majority of the holiday planning falls to me. It's me who puts the parties and potluck dishes on the calendar, keeps track of the winter coat drive, plans the get-togethers with both sides of the family, expends the mental energy of figuring out gifts for everyone. It's exhausting and seems unending, at least till after the new year rolls in. Normally, this level of productivity would make you feel like a rock star, but during this time of year, it simply feels like I'm falling short. Why are you doing all this shit? Like, winter coat drives? Parties and potluck dishes? Like, even like my busiest Christmas when like I was young and my parents were going everywhere, there might have been like 3 or 4 Christmas parties at most for like various parts of the family. And my parents would like want to like make an appearance, be there for an hour or two and go home. Like the fuck? This person just seems insane, you know? It's almost like there's, I think there's like a variant, okay? Hear me out, hear me out. You know Bridezilla? When you want the perfect wedding when you're like a bride? I think there's like a variant of that where it's like Christmaszilla, you know? But unlike Bridezilla, it happens every year. And these are women that want to do everything for Christmas. Every party, every event, every appearance, every possible thing, you know? If it's Christmassy, you want to do it. And it's like, and then when they can't do it, they blame everyone else. This is another feel bad for my first world problems article. Yeah. Christmas with the cranks, but IRL. Honk, honk. All right, let's see what we got here. Please don't wish me Merry Christmas. It's impolite and alienating to assume I follow your religion. Christmas stream from Notre Dame. Well, this burned down, so you can't have this shot anymore. 'Twas 5 nights before Christmas, and my Lyft driver was the upteenth person to wish me a Merry Christmas that day. He probably just meant it in the way most people do, as a kind of December shorthand for have a good day. But he had a cross hanging from his rearview mirror. I said thank you, wished him the same, and got out on my street, decorated with lights and wreaths and nativity scenes. Went into my house and sighed. I like a good cheer. But please do not wish me Merry Christmas. It's wonderful if you celebrate it, but I don't. And I don't feel like explaining that to you. It's lonely to be reminded 1,000 times every winter that the dominant American cultural event occurs without me. Yeah. I mean, yeah, this person's Jewish. She says, as a Jewish person, I have zero problems with you celebrating the birth of a person you believe God is God's only son, who grew up to die for your sins. I don't share your faith, but I don't begrudge your joy or celebration of it. Okay, so fair enough, right? When I was in university, I took like an Intro to Women's Studies class, and the professor of Intro to Women's Studies, she was Jewish, and also she was bisexual, and she said that, and she was pregnant at the time, and she said that she had access to straight privilege because she was straight passing because she was a pregnant woman, so it didn't matter that she was actually bisexual. She appeared to be straight, and I was like, all right, fine. But then like she said she was Jewish and she didn't celebrate Christmas. And she told a story where she had begun snippily saying back to Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Like in a very snippy voice, like Happy Hanukkah. Kind of like that, right? And I was sitting in class and I'm just thinking like, why? Why? You don't gotta be rude. Huh. Yeah. Doesn't want to explain their lack of celebrating, writes a fucking article about celebrating. Yeah, dude. Yeah. So, wait. My family even celebrated a version of this holiday for decades. In the Soviet Union, run as it was by the self-declared militant godless, Christmas was a secular holiday. It was called New Year's. People had New Year's trees, decorated with New Year's ornaments, under which Father Frost would leave New Year's gifts. These images are central, beloved memories of my childhood. Waking up to a sparkling decorated tree in my room, piled high with presents that, given that it was the Soviet Union, were often slightly defective. When we came to the United States, we bought ornaments, some of which have been in the family for generations. For the first few years in the States, we get a New Year's tree on December 26th, decorate it, lay presents under it, celebrate New Year's as we had for as long as anyone can remember. Okay, so she was still doing it, just differently. But after a few years, we stopped. It was no longer a New Year's tree in a Soviet house. It had become a Christian symbol in a Jewish house. Christmas was all around us for nearly 1/10 of the year, every year. It began to feel deeply alien precisely because we were secular, but it was not. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. $5 from Kotemo. As a Jewish dude, I don't give a fuck if you wish me Merry Christmas. I'll give you Happy Hanukkah if it's going on too. Yeah, fair enough, right? Like, as long as you're polite about it, it doesn't matter. As long as you're polite. But like my prof was specifically not polite, you know? So apparently, Jews feel excluded from society because Christmas celebrations happen publicly. Another told them it made him feel un-American. Well, like, I don't know, man. Like, what is the this seems like an internal problem you need to solve. It's not like society's problem to solve for you. Because other people celebrate Christmas does not mean that, like, they're oppressing you. For fuck's sake. If you're not involved in the holiday, you're not involved. Stop acting like your non-involvement is an oppression. It's like the woman who, like, is invited to a party. I don't know why I thought woman. This could be anybody. It's like the person who is not invited to a party. Sorry, is invited to a party, specifically doesn't choose to go, and then sits at home and is like, I don't have any friends. It's like, shut the fuck up. You chose not to be part of this, man. You know, like, no, if atheists can celebrate Christmas, as we do, then Jews can celebrate Christmas, for fuck's sake. Yeah, join the party, we'll join yours, exactly. Anyway, this person just rants about this bullshit. Now, I've had enough of it. Okay. Father Christmas is an oppressive male stereotype. What we need is Santa Claudia. Not Santa Claus. Santa Claudia. I'm big on gender stereotypes. They're egregious. They limit opportunities. They limit the collective imagination. Women get the worst deal by a long way. Victims they are of millennia of male hegemony, caricatured as sex objects, simpletons, chattels, and clothes hangers by artists, ad men, fashion designers, and pornographers. I don't open doors like a gent. I don't buy roses. I disapprove of tennis skirts, Top Gear, Hollywood, Madonna, Separate Floors, and John Lewis, any novels written pre-1980. But if I'm going to be so openly gender neutral in my attitudes, then it's time you got rid of your ruddy, chubby, Larry maleness. I need you to be Santa Claudia. I don't want to fucking... I want some scribing for this. You know what? I've read enough. I don't need to see the rest of this bullshit. This is enough for me to say, you're retarded. You know what? Wait, this was Mundane Matt's stream format. Really? He did this? Oh, well, is that a good thing or a bad thing, Iguri? I don't want to be like a Mundane Matt ripper-offer. Okay. Here's the final article that I have. And it's from our good friend Jessica Valenti. All right? No, I will not wrap all the presents. Why are women still responsible for the holiday joy? I mean, you're not, because you're Jessica Valenti, a completely joyless person. The holidays bring about a set of gendered expectations. This season should be all fun and family, not enduring more chores and consumerism. Yeah. Being the holiday point person can be drudgery, especially when the husband is off doing important things. Well, would you rather be off doing important things? Go do them. Mundane dev, fuck off. I love everything about the holiday season. I like the brisk weather, the festive wreaths lining door after door as I walk in the city busy sidewalk. Hey, that's a Christmas symbol. You're being oppressive. We need more Hanukkah. We even decorated our tree already, topped with a cardboard glitter star that I made with my daughter when she was 2 years old. It's the happiest season of all. Unless you're stuck writing 100 holiday cards to family, friends, and Who writes 100 cards? Man, even my parents, at the height of the Christmas, the celebratory Christmas cheer, would never write 100 cards. You know. Having to remember to tip the postal worker. You tipped your postal workers in the UK? Baking cookies, standing in line to ship presents to distant loved ones, and eventually cooking a multi-course meal for small Italian-American relatives. Then, jingle bell time aside, it's a goddamn clusterfuck. You know, every one of these articles, at least most of them, it's people, like, ramping up their own expectations for the holidays, and then tripping over their own 2 feet, and blaming the patriarchy or the white supremacy or whoever the fuck. That's what all this has been. They're like, I have this vision of white people in my head that have perfect Christmases and I can't have it. So fuck you. And it's like, man, pull your head out of your own ass, Jessica Valenti. I love everything about the holidays, but Trump is ruining it. He must be impeached. Yeah, that sounds like something they'd write. All right. We all know that women do the majority of domestic work like childcare, housework, and cooking. But the holidays bring on a whole new set of gendered expectations. Make the season less about simply enjoying fun and family and more about enduring consumerism, chores, and resentment so everyone else can enjoy rocking around the Christmas tree. You know, if you don't like it, then stop being a consumer. Stop being Movie Bob. Anyway, so my charming husband tries to help when he sees me drowning in the expectations of gendered caregiving around the holidays. On more than one occasion, for example, he insists I only buy gifts for my own family, and he would worry about his. So, like, what more do you fucking want? Your husband outright says, I will take half of the work, and you're still bitching. Merry fucking Christmas. Do all of it so I can sit around, I guess. That's what she wants. Anyway, I mean, I'm done for bitching about Christmas, frankly. You know? I'm done for bitching about Christmas. I want to enjoy it. I don't want any more Jessica Valenti ruining everything, you know? I don't want any more Jessica Valenti ruin things. I'm going to bow out of Jessica Valenti ruining my holidays. I'm done with that. Yeah. All right, guys. So here's what I'll say, if you don't mind. Thanks for supporting me this year. Thanks for all the donations from all sources. I really appreciate it. I've been doing the channel full time this year. I might not have hit my goal of 100,000 subs by the end of the year, but I did double my subs, so that's something. I'm living on the channel. That's something. Didn't lose any weight. Didn't hit that goal, unfortunately. And I did okay in my not playing too many video games goal. Most of the video games I played this year, I played on my Game Boomer stream. So I'd say I completed about 50% of my New Year's resolutions. My resolutions next year are to, make Game Boomers viable on its own without SFO. Maybe 10,000 subs on the Game Boomers YouTube channel, something like that. 2, put out one video a day with maybe one break a month to let me recoup for a day or so. And 3, lose weight. Those are my New Year's resolutions for 2020. So let's hope I get there. Thanks very much for everyone for being here. Have a Merry Christmas. I really appreciate all your support. It's pretty excellent. I didn't gain weight either. That's true, Kanzaki. I didn't gain weight either. That's something, I guess. So I am going to Christmas for SFO isn't over yet. I'm streaming Christmas video games tonight. So I'll put the link in the chat. Drop by twitch.tv/GameBoomers tonight in about 7 hours at this point. 7 hours. Drop by, and my girlfriend and I will play Christmas video games, and it'll be a lot of fun. If you want to watch the old streams, because people have been asking, like, Dev, where's your streams? Your old streams at? YouTube.com/GameBoomer. All the old streams are uploaded there if you want to watch them. There's 7 or 8 years of streams there now. If you want, go to the playlists, find a game you like, click it, play it. You'll probably have a good time with us playing video games. What time? 7 p.m. EST. So in about 7 hours. All right. I'm not beating Hollow Knight tonight. I usually start at 7 p.m. EST every night. That's usually how it goes. Oh, and as always, subscribestar.com/RedFarrowTalk if you want to support the channel. Also, PayPal, patreon.com/RedFireOtaku if you want to donate that way. If you're still one of those cucks that uses Patreon, patreon.com/RedFireOtaku. However, I don't update there anymore because Patreon sucks. Twitch Prime sub. If you have Amazon Prime, you get a free sub on Twitch. You can donate that to my my Game Boomers channel. That supports the channel as well. If you donate $5 a month through any source, you get into the $5 club, where the Minecraft server will be going up shortly. And yeah. Shut up, Maverick Hunter. You're banned. But anyway. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you very much for all your support this year. And I'll see you tonight on Game Boomers. For SFO is not Game Boomers. That's true. They're me. Like, it's still me, but it's a different project, right? It's my gaming channel rather than my political channel. But they both support me. Like, the money still goes into my pockets either way, whichever one you support. Is there anything else to say? I don't think so. Just Merry Christmas. Thanks for all your support. Let's have a great 2020, guys. Hold on a minute. Okay. Now there's something rolling around here on the desk, and I gotta like. All right, there we go. Okay, it was my chapstick. It was like rolling back and forth. Okay, how long till Game Boomers? 7 hours. Twitch.tv. Here, I'll put in https://twitch.tv/Game Boomers in 7 hours. 7 p.m. EST. I love you guys. I'll see you tonight. Have a Merry Christmas, and I hope dealing with your racist uncle isn't so bad. I mean, if you want, I can be your racist uncle. Just text me, and I'll give you some racism. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see you later, guys. I love you.